Yes.
Under the law, we have a law, museum law, which was enacted in 1951, and the law asked the museums to the free access to the residents, to all the people. But in fact, in the necessary cases, the law allows museum to charge the fees. And I think at the moment, more than 80% of museums introduce the fee system, more or less. But the fee for the regular collection is not so high, just €2. But for the specific exhibitions, you have to pay, say, more than €10. So they have charges, but mostly they are quite accessible. And I was quite surprised with the discussions in this morning. In Japan, museums, in my view, I'm a specialist in policy studies, and in my view, museums are one of the cultural facilities, cultural, educational, and entertainment. We call edutainment facilities. So the museums are important, but there are many other important cultural edutainment facilities in Japan. So the discussion that the museums are very important to teach how to think, to teach the residents how to think about the things and so on, cannot be so well received by the Japanese at the moment. In the past, museums, libraries, and schools are the kind of resource centers. And in order to get the information, history or knowledge or know-hows, people have to go these kind of facilities. But now, due to the advancement of information communication technology, the museum is just one of them. You can get whatever you want through internet and so on. And at the moment, more than half of the people, Japanese people, are educated at the university level. So they have very good literacy. So they don't need to, sometimes they don't need to go to the museums. So that's another problem. Where all the Western countries come to Asia to colonize the countries. And in order to avoid colonization, Japanese government actively imported Western arts and culture, especially music, classical music, and fine arts. So since then, we have two main streams, the heritage and the imported Western arts. So we have National Museum, Tokyo National Museum, which has a heritage collection, but at the same time we have National Museum of Western Arts, focusing on Western arts collections, mainly Impressionist, because we love Impressionist collections. So they have 3,000 pieces, I think, very good collection, but very small. So in a sense, we have two streams of culture, and some of the museums focusing on imported Western music, Western arts, might have some difficulties to attract more participation from the local residents, because the local residents are interested in heritage, their own heritage, because that belongs to them. But Western culture has been introduced just for over 150 years, so still on the way to become integrated into our culture. So some of the museums which focus on Western arts or contemporary arts might have more difficulties than the museums which are focusing on heritage. So that's another special situation for Japan.